I get it, you're scrolling through endless options for a home bike, trying not to waste cash on something that ends up just gathering dust. You've probably wondered whether the extra tech on a smart trainer actually translates into a workout you can stick with, or if you're just paying for a flashy screen that never gets used. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and in the next few minutes I'm going to walk through what it's like to actually set up, ride, and keep the Speediance VeloNix smart exercise bike in your daily routine so you can decide if it's worth your money. First off, the VeloNix arrives in a single large box that looks more like a piece of furniture than a piece of equipment. The assembly instructions are pretty straightforward. Most users can get the frame upright, attach the handlebars, and plug the power cable in under 30 minutes with just a Phillips head screwdriver. The biggest surprise is how little floor space it actually consumes once it's standing. The footprint is roughly the size of a standard office chair, which means it fits nicely into a living room corner or even a spare bedroom without blocking traffic. If you live in a small apartment, that compact footprint is a real win, but you do need at least a 2-foot clearance behind the bike for the rear-mounted resistance unit to rotate freely. The first time you turn on the Smart Performance Hub, the bike greets you with a clean, tablet-style interface. It's not a full-blown iPad, but the touchscreen is responsive enough to scroll through live classes, pick a virtual route, or adjust resistance without lag. What matters here is the learning curve. The on-screen tutorials walk you through calibrating the seat height, handlebar position, and pedal strap length. Once you've dialed those in, the bike remembers your settings, so the next time you hop on, it's already personalized to your body. That personalized fit claim isn't just marketing fluff. It actually cuts down the time you spend fiddling with the seat before each session. Now let's talk about the interactive side. Speediance partners with a handful of third-party class providers, so you can join a live spin class, follow a pre-recorded route that simulates climbing the Alps, or simply ride to a curated playlist that syncs with the bike's resistance algorithm. In practice, the resistance changes feel smooth because the motor uses a magnetic system rather than a friction brake. When you're on a hill simulation, the bike ramps up the load gradually, mimicking the feeling of pedaling harder, and it eases back down when the descent hits. For people who thrive on variety, that dynamic adjustment keeps the mind engaged. On the flip side, if you prefer a completely offline workout, you'll need to download the companion app beforehand because the bike's built-in entertainment options are all cloud-based. A spotty Wi-Fi connection can cause a brief pause in the resistance sync, which is mildly annoying but doesn't break the workout. One of the most practical strengths I've seen in real use is how the VeloNix handles longer sessions. The seat cushion is firm enough to support a 90-minute ride without flattening, and the pedal straps stay secure even when you crank out high RPMs. Because the frame is bolted to a weighted base, there's no wobble when you stand up for a sprint interval, something that cheaper spin bikes often struggle with. That stability is a safety feature you'll appreciate if you're training at a higher intensity. However, the bike does have a weight limit of 275 pounds, and while that covers most users, it's something taller or heavier cyclists need to double-check before buying. If you're the type who likes to track numbers, the Smart Performance Hub logs your cadence, heart rate, when you pair a chest strap or compatible smartwatch, and total output. The data syncs with popular fitness platforms like Strava and MyFitnessPal, so you can see your weekly mileage alongside your runs and swims. For a home gym enthusiast who enjoys seeing trends over time, that integration adds genuine value beyond a static stationary bike. On the other hand, if you're just looking for a simple cardio machine to warm up before weight training, the extra data layers might feel like overkill, and you could save a few $100s by opting for a basic magnetic bike. Who should consider the VeloNix? If you're a busy professional who can't commit to a gym membership but still wants the social vibe of a class, this bike gives you that community feel without leaving the house. It's also a solid choice for cyclists who want to maintain leg strength during the off-season, because the real road simulations can mimic actual routes you've ridden outdoors. Parents who need a quiet, low-impact cardio option for home use will appreciate the quiet magnetic resistance and the ability to set the bike to a quiet mode, which dims the screen and reduces fan noise. Conversely, if you're on a tight budget, or you're only after a quick cardio burst a few times a week, the extra tech and subscription-based class ecosystem